I also was a founder and who have co-founded a VR startup called Native. Basically, currently I'm a researcher and my research interest is digital well-being, AI agent, and web coding. And I actually want to talk more about web coding, but because today is an AI agent hackathon, so the the thing I want to share is about like what I think about AI agent. Specific is how AI agent affect the interest area, what I am focused on, the digital well-being. And there's one quote I want to share because for me, for my career path, I have 4 different type of identity. I was a student, same as you guys, and I also was a developer, I was an entrepreneur, and currently I'm a researcher. And there's one thing I find very valuable during my journey. It is this quote: technology should always serve people first. And for this AI agent hackathon, so the technology everyone trying here are trying to use is the AI agent. So this is something I want to share. So how AI agent can boost digital well-being, and this is actually a very huge question. But I want to ask the founder or researcher here, whenever you guys want to start a project, what is the first thing that you started with? Is there anyone want to share? Okay. So I guess for me, it's a problem. It's to identify the problem. And digital well-being is very large topic. But everything is coming from the digital platform and what type of experience this platform delivers for the user. And past study have found out for most platforms, they only give the user 3 types of digital experience. That could be a functional and hedonic and social. For functional, it's very straightforward. It's something that helps user to aimless go and to be productive, like Duolingo. And for the hedonic, it's something like to have fun, like TikTok. And for the social, it's very special. It's trying to help people building connection and helping people to get more sharing. It's more like to bonding the user. And I also have heard the talk that previous 2 speakers have shared. The trail startup, the tree startup is more like focused on the functional, and also the living AI is mainly for the focus on the functional as well. But can someone just brainstorm to see if is there any platform that is actually crossing the 3 area? Is there any product in the market that provide both functional and hedonic and social feature to the user? Is there any? Is there any? Okay. So I will give you an example. The YouTube. So YouTube is full of resources. It's so rich resources. So YouTube basically can help people focus on learning and also have some entertainment feature. And YouTube also a platform that can connect the influencer and their audience. So they're crossing all this feature. And from the YouTube their own research, this is a research from YouTube team, and they also categorize the user motivation in these 3 areas. It's entertainment, information, and connection, which is alien with the previous research I just shared. And what is the problem? I think for a success startup, like the founder always gonna think about like what problem they're targeting at, specifically for their target user. Can someone like think about for YouTube? They have so many features, but at the same time, they actually produce some type of problem. What is that? So this is a hint. What is the problem? Too much going on. Yeah. Too much going on. That's exactly right. So I like donut, but I don't want like donut right in my kitchen. I still want to be able to maybe cooking some food or just put something in my fridge. If there's too much content in one platform, one issue is there's just too much, and user gonna be feel super overloaded. And this is like the YouTube UI. You can see there are so many content and recommendation. Also, like recommendation is mixed with different type of content. Some is becoming entertainment, and some is education. And there are also some functions that help user to building connection. So many features, right? But from the user side, we conduct a lot of research to interview people and to get to know people experience on the YouTube. We find out some pattern, like for example, one user, they told us, oh, at the beginning of the day, they want to learn some Python, but when they land in YouTube, they end up using 2 hours watching some funny memes. And this is very normal across in our interview process. So this is the issue on YouTube. So YouTube, in general, they detract our attention. And users usually feel drained and distracted and misaligned with their original goal. And this problem only gonna get worse when AI get more intelligent, when the algorithm like being more smart to guessing what we want to watch next. So I want to ask you guys this question. How can AI agents solve this problem? If anyone have some idea? How can AI agents solve the problem? Okay, I can give a hint from the interface perspective. Is there any way that we can solve it? Okay, I will give you a hint. So the hint is one existing research. This research introduced a type of interface called adaptable commitment interface. Basically, what this research do is, for YouTube, they provide one problem for YouTube is because they only have one interface. So it's like put everything on one platform, just like put a donut everywhere in the kitchen. So how to solve the put donut everywhere in the kitchen problem is find a container to keep the donut, right? So what the ACI doing is they provide Explore UI, which is like a container for the donut to just put the content that these people want to just explore around. And also to creating another UI is building for the content that users really want to focus on, which could solve the distraction issue. For example, today I just want to learn Python. So when we're landing into the YouTube, all the content is related to the Python. And if today I just want to have fun looking around for some random video, I go to the Explore UI. And ACI is an interface in which the user can commit to stay focused on their intention by blocking out distraction, but also have the opinion to tackle that version off. Okay, let me first show the next slide. This is a Focus UI, and this is an Explore UI. But there's still an issue. Can someone find out the issue and maybe also think about how this could introduce AI agent to solve it? What is the issue?
The user decides when to choose which view.
Exactly. Users still have to commit. There's a huge commitment issue. So I have to actively commit for the Focus UI and Explore UI. And also, we do a large round of user research. We find out when users go to YouTube, they have 2 types of state. One type of state is the user exactly know what he wants to search. And another state is the user don't know what they want to search. But this interface is inside YouTube. So, which is mean if user want to focus, they already in YouTube. So the distraction already inside the YouTube page, which is not work for some type of user. So how AI agent could solve the commitment issue? Can someone take a guess?
Changes the view for you.
Change the view for me? How to change the view for me?
Do the cron job.
Do the cron job. Yeah. Actually, this is our solution. I think you're very smart. That's exactly what we're doing. We're using the AI agent to switch the interface for the user. Basically, it's use AI agent to help user make the decision. And what the AI agent doing is we track the user behavior, and based on the user behavior data, we predict user intent. And this prediction is a binary prediction, and the result going to lead to either that's going to be a focus interface or default interface. So for our study, we have 3 stages. One stage is we try to get to know like what the user really wants. So we have like a large round of co-design study. We have designed one set of YouTube focused UI, which is how much cleaner homepage and also much cleaner video page, less distraction. And the second stage is we launch an extension called Focus Finder. Basically, this is using for the data gathering to training our model. And what this do is we capture the user behavior data, also using the prompt to capture the user intent, and all the data gathered together to training an AI agent. And the third stage is focus mode. So this is the final product, and we plan to launch to the market after we finish the training work. And this one is a tool that everyone can download to their extension. Basically, what it to do is to learning YouTube behavior and to help help shift the UI for you. Yeah. So I guess for this talk, I just want to give you guys, like everyone, an idea about digital well-being, and also let you know right now if we have an AI agent and we could improve the digital well-being and also enable more effective personalized solution. And there's also a huge opportunity, like using AI agent to creating the adaptive interface moderation solution, and also there's a AI agent opportunity for creating some intent-aware interaction support, focus companion, and mental health support agent. But everything gonna to end with this is how we could alien AI system with human value. And everything, finally, at the end of the day, is how we think about human values. And this is our team, and I'm the project lead, and this is my lovely teammates, and my advisor is Professor Kaluko. Yeah, and this is basically my talk, and if you guys want to collaborate, or if you guys have some further idea, please reach out to me, and this is my email. Thank you. Thank you. Any question? Any question?
Does it just integrate with the backend of YouTube so the user doesn't need to do anything?
Sorry, what was your question again?
Does this just integrate with YouTube so the user doesn't need to do anything, so it just happens in the backend?
Yeah, so right now we are building a general AI agent. So what we actually have hosted study to learning what is the focus meaning for the user. So actually for user, they have 2 types of goal element when using YouTube. One is the long-term goal. For example, I want to, in general, study long-termly to improve my coding skill. This is a type of long-term skill. And another type of goal element is short-term intent, which is, for example, today, at this moment, I want to learn some cook dishes, or I want to just learn something randomly. This is my short-term intent. For our study, we are more focused on to keep track of user short-term intent. Basically, we have created an intent chain, and the intent chain keep track of the user behavior, like for current active session, what the user are looking right now, and what next video the user watch right now. So we're building a chain of the user behavior and intention, and based on the chain makes a prediction. Because we're focused on the short-term intent, so there's no necessary of like user to really predict anything because it's like a general model just to tracking the intent and making the predict. Yeah, we just need to, I guess for users, I just need to use YouTube, and the model is like add a Chrome to run by themselves, predict likely.
Oh, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kiki. And we'll have one more talk. We'll be setting it up shortly, but that will be Jasper from Hyperbolic, so stay tuned.
Okay, so I guess I think there's a small disconnect between what you talked about and like the prompts that you have, right? So are we still trying to build a functionality that takes you through like user input, this is your interview input, and then this is the module where you assist the interview? Because this is kind of like an all-in-one, like you just look it up and what's the like in terms of building the agents? Okay. Okay. So what kind of information are we gonna want the user to like to have the user have collected ahead of time? Or okay.
I don't know if this
So then
counts.
you
Yeah,
go and
probably
create
something.
okay, so now the new workflow is user creates an account, inputs like kind of the same user intake, questions, resume, LinkedIn profile. Alright. Okay. And then if that now you have a user account. Do you also want them to input what they're interviewing for, or do you want that to be part of the Jane call? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then it'll ask you at some point, oh, okay, now I know what you're doing. Are you ready?
Oh, it's because these people. The money was nice though.
And are we capturing that information with your database using, does that have the functionality where it knows what it's capturing, which parts of the interview? And is it gonna do the synthesis and like coaching part? Okay, so we have.
This is sad though, because like all the sponsors we got from Agenthacks, like all the details, the timeline was just too tight. The trust wasn't there. Yeah, tight timeline and no trust. Like if it was 1 month, I could have checked it out easily. Pretty sure I could have easily gotten it.
You always need somehow.
I'm just trying to take the last one.
So basically all you're doing is just like logging in with links to the end of that. Right, so that has to go somewhere else. The transcription of your conversation has to go elsewhere. But the other problem with that though is that then your interview, if you have no way of inputting, like if it has no way of pulling who you are, what you're interviewing for, and you're just talking to it, there's no dynamic like, oh, you're interviewing for this kind of role, and now I'm going to evaluate your answers and dynamically assess.
Yeah, everyone's doing the advertising. I feel like the only reason I keep feeling these interviews is that I use 2 hours.
But that's okay because as long as you're jumping, like we can still use this part. Is if you actually do need the interview to happen inside of this and put everything together like this. Like it has to generate what are the ideal kinds of questions that you ask you as part of this interview. And for demo days, it can be like simple questions.
For like Swede,
Right? Like we don't actually
I've never heard a job.
that's just imagine but like that so you can have it pull from this database and ask you
And they reject
questions
this
based on all the information about you
I'm telling you something. It's not.
and then that gets pulled in here and then the transcript gets ported out back into your LLM. It's going to be able to coach you on how good your answer was.
That's the same. The interview I had yesterday was the same issue too. I love the company. I love their vibes.
Perfect.
Still prepared.
Exactly, wherever it goes, and it's like all underneath. It's like user and then
What was your,
whatever X. And then, you know, hypothetically, each of those interviews will be separately. Okay, so then we do need because leaving AI is not going to do any of the figuring out what kind of questions to ask you. Right? So unless we just wanted to code it as one single question, which we could for a demo.
Internship interviews are so light. If you can get it, like it's impossible to get, but if you get into it, dude, I've been interviewed 30 minutes, like one like 45-minute call, and then
Yeah.
nothing else. No way.
I gotta adjust my.
No, yeah, I can ask you a question. Yeah, no, I didn't mean like pre-script, like ask the user this question, but more just like it does.
How can I connect you?
If I'm understanding correctly,
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jasper.
it might not be as sophisticated at understanding
Thanks.
what's the next.
How's the office? Can I give you one?
I might be wrong about that.
I'll pull up.
Where's the office?
It's 135 Main Street. Yeah. Yes. You know the Databricks office? Yeah, it's right next to it.
Now, like Jasper said, you can
Yeah, come in.
You're my last like photo subject for the day.
Yes. I'm gonna try to make your life easier.
Do you still know Agenthacks?
Always.
Awesome. I just started doing jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I had.
Sorry,
my first
my
time-
computer just died. I don't know why. Give me 1 second. I think it's pretty.
Oh, really?
Let me grab my water.
But that's that's the right idea, like the logical workflow is that the user.
Most
like,
people
there's
here
some
are
user
grad students.
No, so you have PhDs here, and most I think are
Like, is it the user name, whatever. It interviews you based on.
Big breath. Big variety.
It's the transcript back out.
most people are showing up online, so we do have this like
Website.
What's the topic? What's the goal of the hackathon?
real life applications.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I did was point zero section. And I lost twice. The one I couldn't pick points.
Right. I mean, and the transcript's not much more than that. Like, really all it is just like dump it into Excel in Excel and like pull that into LLM. Like, it's not.
I need to check it.
And then are we gonna give the other, like, at least, or are we just gonna say this is our conceptual features, like the other features, like giving them, oh, and hey, heads up, like, it's like reminding you of everything you wanted to keep in mind.
Oh, my.
And then afterwards, sending a follow-up and asking for, like, feedback on how it went.
Oh, yeah, like the person did that.
I mean, if we finish this,
You know, maybe you work on one thing at a time. Yeah, I just added. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I'm Eric.
Oh, maybe I'm starting. So I'm like trying to understand what it is, flow of the.
You have a team?
Because I was only having. Okay. Okay, so you say, or
I got here late, so just
Okay. I will go fast. Try to say anything.
yeah, let's point to like,
3 minutes.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
connect to
And then
Wi-Fi.
this is
I'm telling you, what they know is they try. Lots of rules. So far, no one can be such a
user response, and then this is dialogue, meaning that like it goes back and forth, and so you write in what you want to have. And it's based on GPT 3.0, so fantastic. And then, I guess at some point, you have to know that it's done, know that you're done, but, I guess in this case, it's an interview, so it's actually very easy, because the interviewer can just be like, yeah.
Yeah, somehow.
Right, yeah. Which is a real wrong thing, like, oh, I want to be respectful of your time, or random time, thank you. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right.
Yeah. But real quick.
Okay.
Hello. Dinner's ready, guys. Dinner's ready. So come upstairs if you're downstairs. Get some food. Yeah.
So like, maybe it's not just in future there will be like things because construct yourself in the way, but it'll be a while until that is. And maybe I can debug it right now.
What's your gift?
There's also merch at dinner, so grab some merch as well.
How does Jane contact you with debug? Because it's like almost like asking how they.
Alright guys, please welcome Jasper. We have the last stack of the evening, so as you're grabbing food and merch, give it up.
It'll be fundamental.
Should we wait for people to sit down?
Alright,
Oh, wait, sounds good. Yeah, hey everyone. If you can see me, see the screen, let me know. I'm very excited to be here. Before I get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Jasper. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hyperbolic. I finished my math PhD at UC Berkeley. I finished in 2 years, which made me the fastest person to finish a PhD in the history of Berkeley. I won a few gold medals in different math competitions, and after graduation, I worked at Seattle Securities, applied AI and machine learning to predict the market and execute strategies. I co-founded Hyperbolic Labs by the end of 2022. Currently, it's a Series A company. We raised 20 million backed by Lightspeed and many other VCs. Our goal is we're trying to build the AI cloud for developers so that we can aggregate global GPU compute to provide affordable H100 access at 99 cents per hour. And we also host a wide range of AI models. I can show you a live demo at the end of this talk. But today's topic is about how I think about what we should do to lower barriers to building in the area of open source AI. So everyone knows that AI is a very powerful tool. You will basically shape all the key systems in our life: finance, transportation, robotics, social media, and even our brains. Right now, in a lot of closed source companies, they just try to build everything in-house without letting you know what happened inside. But we don't think that's the right choice. We believe that everyone should have access to AI, and we should work together to empower them. And so there are several layers in the AI stack. Let me get started with open source models. So previously, people think that ChatGPT was the best model. It was launched in 2022, and
As you guys are coming out for food, please be respectful of the speakers up here. We, worked hard to bring them, and they so graciously decided to teach us all their things about their startups. So just try to keep it more funny. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. People think that people think that OpenAI basically have the mode when they launch the model. But actually, gradually we're starting seeing open source model catching up with closed source models. So everyone know DeepSeek. It was launched in early 2025, and it has if you look at its performance on math, coding, and many other aspects, at the time DeepSeek R1 is already match OpenAI R1, and I think very soon we're going to see R2 being released. In the past few days, we saw Cloud 4, we saw Gemini 2.5, the best Pro model, and but then I expect R2 will be also very strong, and the gap between closed source and open source models will be closed up very soon. And so besides DeepSeek, people know Qwen 3. It kind of is the best coding model in the open source space, and we're gonna see more and more better coding models as well. There is a recent one called Dastro, released by Mistral. It's like very small model. I think it's like around 30 billion model, 30 billion parameters. So basically, you can use them to run on 4090s or just like a Mac Studio that has enough memory. And then we also see like many different other models in different modalities. So like Tencent's Hunyuan is one of the best image video generation model. And then also like you have Decoder, which is agentic coding agents, and many other models. So besides AI models, the other thing that we think about is you have the models, but you need to have the frameworks to host them. So the first thing come to my mind is like we need the open source AI inference framework. So there are like some popular inference open source solutions that we have seen so far. We have BLM, we have SGLang, we have Olama, and many other solutions. People also used to think that only closed source solutions will optimize the performance of AI models, and it will always be the best and like much better than open source inference solutions. But however, things has changed a lot. So for example, DeepSeek, they have when they have their own API, and they're like the performance is pretty fast. And they later on they released how they achieve that performance by basically utilizing 96 H800 GPUs and like do this like prefill and decoding disaggregation. So basically some GPUs in the network will handle the input, and then some of the other GPUs will just handle the output. So SGLang, which is an open source framework, they now support like this PD disaggregation method, and it achieves the same performance as DeepSeek. And then if you look at this, it's like basically per node, it can generate 52.3K input tokens per second and 22.3K output tokens per second. And this is like at least 10x faster compared to other solutions. And then for VLM, it's also like growing very fast. So recently it supports TPU deployment on Google Cloud, and it is also supporting other chips like AMD chips, etc. And we're going to see all this inference engine going to support all the kinds of GPUs to make sure that NVIDIA is not going to dominate the market and make the monopoly. But like a lot of AI companies also starting using open source inference framework, because the way I think about open source inference framework is if you're going to build your own in-house solutions for inference, you will probably need to hire like tens of engineers to kind of maintain the repos, and you need to keep updates with the latest inference techniques and continue like upgrading it. But however, if you're just using the open source solution and you keep contributing to the open source ones, then you can leverage the community's help. You basically have like thousands of community members helping you to maintain and make your solutions more robust. And you can share the benefits of having the best open source, best inference performance. So besides inference, another like popular trend that we've seen is fine-tuning. Like after DeepSeek was released, after Qwen3 was released, we're starting seeing more and more people using GPU to fine-tune the models. So you need like some easy-to-use frameworks to fine-tune the models. So we're starting seeing like Unsloth, Axolotl, or like TorchStream, which is part of the PyTorch framework, that you can use, like you can plug and play and use them to fine-tune models. So gradually, our belief is that the open source frameworks for inference, for fine-tuning, and for many other use cases will be state-of-the-art, and there is no, like, probably there, as a developer, you no longer need to worry about you are having like the second-tier products. You always can leverage open source solutions to build the best products you want. And then we also have like many evaluation benchmarks. They can you can kind of leverage this to kind of measure the performance of the models. And by having the open source inference framework, by having this evaluation benchmark, and you also having the like the fine tuning, you can always iterate and make sure you have the best model. So I talk about the software layer, right? Like you have the best models. If you share the open source models, everyone can now have access to it. If you have this framework to run the models in the fastest way, now everyone can just like copy the codes and run it on your compute. However, there is only one thing that can't be reproduced easily, which is compute, GPU. Because like you have a GPU doesn't mean that I can have my own GPU there. I still need to get access to those GPU to run my model. And so that's what we're trying to solve. People may think about, okay, wow, compute is so expensive. How can I get access to it? OpenAI spent like more than $100 million on like training GPT-4, and then however, like DeepSeek was improved the training mechanism, and now they just need like $6 million to train DeepSeek R1, and that's based on the calculation that they need to spend like 2 to 3 million GPU hours of H800, which is the lower end version of H100. So if DeepSeek was trained on hyperbolic, actually you just need to spend $2 to $3 million because our GPU cost is way lower. So how can we achieve that? We know that like there are a lot of people that really want access to compute. They are struggling with getting cheap, reliable GPUs. But actually the solution is not trying to build more data centers for them. In fact, there are a lot of GPUs just sit idle across the world. Some of them are consumer-grade GPUs. There is like a statistics showing that there are 2 billion computers across the world, and then majority of them sit idle for at least 90 hours a day. And then there are also like 3090, 4090 GPUs that used to mine crypto, but now they just sit idle. And let alone there are new data centers that have tons of H100s, but they cannot have customers to utilize them. So what we build is, instead of building new data centers, what we just need is actually an orchestration layer that aggregate global GPU resources. And so we work with more than like 200 data centers and connect their GPUs to our network, so that now any developer can easily go to our website and train, fine-tune their models and run models. So I will quickly show like the technical architecture. So basically, you can think of us as like the Sun cluster. Basically, we are the orchestrator that orchestrate global clusters. And then no matter you are like having your personal computer or you have like hundreds of the GPUs in your data center, you need to install our hyperbolic distributed operating system so that your clusters on network on nodes can be part of our network. And we currently have thousands of GPUs connected with our network, and we will continue growing the capacity. And so maybe I should just quickly show you guys how to use our platform, and then I'll probably stop. So if you go to app.hyperbolic.xyz, it's a very user-friendly front end. So home, you can rent different GPUs here, and then models show you different available GPUs. We currently have 190K developers on our platform. We integrate it with Hugging Face. So for example, if you now, I probably will show it, I probably can't find it, but like if you go to Hugging Face and if that model is supported by Hyperbolic, you can easily like try it on your end. But then here, you can also like try out different AI models you want. We have Qwen 3, we have DeepSeek, anything that you want. The user experience is pretty easy. Like for example, I ask what I can do in SF, then it will quickly generate the reasoning trains and show me the results in the end. And then the other thing that we have is you can rent GPUs that you want. How many people here use GPUs? Do you mind share your use case? For example,
Fine-tuning models,
fine-tuning model. What kind of framework do you use?
PyTorch.
PyTorch? Nice. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I recently did the same thing, fine-tuned the models.
PyTorch? How?
Low-rank adaptations specifically.
What kind of? How many GPUs do you need?
So for my model, I didn't need much. I just had a 1.5 billion parameter model.
Yeah.
32 gigabytes of RAM.
Nice. Nice. What about you? Huh?
Using to play games.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So probably you can't use our GPUs for playing game because H100 probably doesn't support the graphic engine. But it's super simple for both use cases. You now just need to come here, pick the GPUs that you want. For example, you just would need one GPUs. You confirm rental, and then after like 30 seconds, you will be able to see the SSH command and access it.
Do you guys do distributed GPUs as well?
Yeah. So we provide like, what can you like? What's your understanding of
Let's say
distributed?
I have a model that needs, one terabyte of VRAM.
Yeah.
It's going to need several discrete GPUs pulled together.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So technically that's doable, but we don't think that's give you the best performance because say you have a GPU sitting in London and another GPU sitting in SF. Every training step you're gonna do, you basically need to communicate, and that's like kind of the communication limitation that you will face. And that's the reason why NVIDIA want to build NVLink, want to build InfiniBand across different GPUs, because communication bandwidth is actually a very important factor. So now it's ready. We have this GPU. We have this command. I will basically just use selected. Yes. So yeah, take some time to connect. Probably I will also show you guys how to. Yeah, it's ready here. Alright, probably will start with one. So now I'm inside this GPU. You can easily test you have an H100 for the GPU, and you can do whatever you want. For example, like this is AI terminal, so I can say install PyTorch. Yeah, so after that, then you can run any like AI workload that you want. And then the same for cursor, something wrong with cursor, but basically like this is the same as how you use your school's servers or like any AWS machines that you want. Alright, I will stop here, and anyone, for example, if you want to try out, feel free, I will give you some credits, and yeah, share some feedbacks. Thanks. Oh yeah. All right. If anyone have questions, feel free to ask. Oh, if not, then we'll talk to you. Let's see.
Thank you so much.
What's that name?
Lucas.
Jasper.
That should be our talks for the day. You guys are welcome to continue hacking, get some food, get some water. I'll be turning off the live recording for the people online.
Project is called.
We'll have more talks tomorrow morning. We can see you guys there.
Okay.
Still
So we evolved the prompts on a lot of spaces.